There's a fresh-faced Ford Explorer heading our way. Ford has pulled back the wraps on the updated SUV. The 2025 model promises to deliver fresh looks, a nicer cabin space, and more standard and available tech. How does it all stack up? Let's take a deeper dive and see what's going on here. The 2025 Explorer gets that style refresh basically every updated vehicle receives before it's totally redrawn. Minus a Porsche 911, of course, which is never redrawn. The Explorer is a bit wider in the face. The grille is larger, the headlamps are tightened up, the vents are pushed out at the corners, and there's a different look for each of the 4 trims. The base Active gets a grille with a sawtooth design, black mesh, and chrome bars. The ST line has a honeycomb design to it with black mesh. The ST also gets honeycomb but has ST badging. And finally, the Platinum gets satin chrome against an ebony grille. As for the wheels, you'll find 18-inch aluminum hoops on the Active. There's a unique set of 20s for both the ST line and the Platinum, and the ST gets 21s as standard. Otherwise, the 2025 Explorer feels very similar to the model it's replacing from an exterior aesthetic. That shoulder line still works really well, and you can tell this is an Explorer at first glance. In the cabin, Ford has done a good job of getting things nicely designed without going overboard. There's no oversized multi-screen setup spanning the entire length of the dash. Instead, you have a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster ahead of the driver and a 13.2-inch touchscreen in the center. Both front seats are heated. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay can connect wirelessly. There are 8 USB ports, and Ford's Co-Pilot 360 Assist Plus safety system is standard. As for power, you can choose between an EcoBoost or an EcoBoost. One of those is the 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder EcoBoost. It makes 300 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque and sends power to the rear wheels. The other EcoBoost is the 3-liter twin-turbocharged V6, which cranks out 400 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. Rear-wheel drive is standard on this mill as well, and both are backed up by a revised 10-speed automatic gearbox. All-wheel drive is available as an option across the lineup. Keep in mind that the quoted power numbers are achieved with premium fuel. The Active, ST line, and Platinum are all fitted with the 4-cylinder as standard. You can upgrade to the 3-liter on the Platinum if you prefer. The more powerful engine is standard on the ST. According to Ford, both powertrains can handle up to 5,000 pounds with respect to towing. That's plenty of punch for an Explorer, regardless of the engine you go with. In fact, Ford is offering a driving school experience to customers who buy either the ST line or full-on ST model. The Ford Performance Racing School ST driving experience will be offered at Park City, Utah and Asheville, North Carolina. And knowing that the Explorer ST has that much power and comes standard with rear-wheel drive, I'm curious if I can drift it. What I'm also curious about is why Ford isn't offering a more off-road oriented trim. That seems to be all the rage right now, and Ford talks about the idea of exploring with its new Explorer, but I see no mention of a version with an all-terrain tire, suspension tweak, a little underbody protection, and all-wheel drive as standard. I don't expect the automaker to go full Explorer Raptor, as interesting as that could be, but I do think it would be kind of cool to see an Explorer Tremor. In fact, I'll be shocked if one doesn't show up shortly after the 2025 starts arriving on dealer lots, which it's set to do sometime in the second quarter of 2024. The starting price for the 2025 Ford Explorer is $41,220.